Hi there, I'm Laura Clark with Mom.me, and I'm very excited to have Auli'i Cravalho. Did I say that right?
Yes, well done.
Yay, awesome. With us today, aka the voice of Moana. That's so great to have you here, Auli'i.
Thank you, I love being here.
Oh, good. And I just want to say you did a fantastic job at the Oscars the other night.
Thank you.
That was amazing. Did you guys see that? She was on fire.
Thank you.
How did that feel performing at the Oscars?
It was really crazy. It was incredibly nerve-wracking. I had been digesting butterflies for weeks, but it was really exciting, and it was such an honor to perform with Lin-Manuel. I mean, he's just an incredible genius.
He's so talented.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. And you handled everything perfectly, from the flag kind of coming down a little bit.
Yeah, here, you feel my...
Oh no, oh my gosh, is there a bump?
Yeah, there is legit.
Oh my gosh, there is a bump.
Yeah.
You guys.
It's a solid bump.
Oh,
It was good. It was like a, you're at the Oscars kind of thing. It was,
reality check.
Yeah, it's something that kind of ties me into like the real world, like, hey, that actually happened.
Wow, that left a mark.
It
Wow.
did.
Did the flag person apologize afterwards?
No. Well, actually, I don't know who did it.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure he'll forever hold his silence, which is fine.
That's a smart thing, I guess.
Understandable.
Well, you guys, please leave us comments, please leave us questions, because Auli'i will totally answer them, okay? So leave comments below. So you portray a strong female character in Moana, which is so amazing, and you're such a great role model for kids, boys and girls. So what is that like at 16 years old to be a role model for girls and boys?
It's really interesting to hear it. I've heard it from like even my own family members, my own little cousins, and it gives me chicken skin or goosebumps whenever I hear it, because I'm very young. I mean, I'm 16. Will be the first to say that I have so much more to learn and so much more to grow. But it's really honoring, and I mean, I think I give just about the same advice to myself as I do to others, in that continue to grow, and know that while you can be a strong person, there is no doubt about it, you can also be forever learning and forever becoming a better person as well, and that's such an important thing to learn. And I've realized it, thankfully, at a young age, that just because I'm a teenager, yes, I have my moments where I feel like I know everything, but in actuality, I do not. And I think it's important to keep that mindset for forever, really, that you have so much more to learn.
Right. Oh, that's good advice. I hope my daughter's watching. And all teenagers out there are watching. So Mom.me is all about moms and their kids, and so I just met your mom outside. She's very sweet.
Thank you.
And
my mommy, yeah.
Oh, so how has your mom influenced you and, inspired your confidence and given you girl power?
She's inspired me just so incredibly much. She is my rock in this situation, and has been, I mean, obviously for 16 years of my life, but especially now when everything around me is different, when I'm traveling to new places, when I'm in the Los Angeles of California. I mean, like, everything is different, even like the foods. When I get a tummy ache, I mean, everything is so different, but Mom stays the same, which is the most comforting thing ever. And she teaches me a lot. She's the one who keeps me grounded in all this, because just because you're in a movie doesn't mean you stop doing chores. And
that's great.
Good
mom.
Yes, and I still get in trouble for not cleaning my room, and she reminds me to do my homework, and as much as I hate brushing my hair, she makes me brush my hair. I mean, everything is the way it should be, and that she's keeping me humble, and she's keeping me well-rounded, which I really appreciate. My mom is not gonna let me be one of those crazy kids. Yeah.
Sounds like a great mom.
She is. I really appreciate her.
Well, we have some fan questions for you.
Yes.
So Ashley says, my 4-year-old daughter Grace would like to know what your favorite song from Moana is.
Hey Grace, thank you Ashley. My favorite song from Moana would have to be How Far I'll Go. I did perform it at the Oscars. I know I might be a little biased, but that and You're Welcome are probably my two favorites. Yeah.
Oh, those are good. And a fan from Brazil asks, how do you manage your time between your career and school and family and friends?
Yeah, it's a balancing act for sure, honestly. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of time and prioritizing, and while work is important and you know, making sure that I do all these important things for my career, quite honestly, it's health and family and friends first. That's what we've realized. Yeah, it's taken some time to realize that it's okay to say no to things as well. I mean, I'm young. Yeah, I'm young in this industry, and I think a lot of times it's easy to get caught up in that, but really reeling it back into what's important is really key to staying strong in this industry. So thank you. It takes a lot of time, but it's so worth it.
Oh, that's great. What a great answer. You are wise beyond your years.
It's my mom.
Just to say that. Aww.
Literally, it's my mom.
Oh, that's great. Well, so speaking of How Far I'll Go, your signature song that you performed beautifully at the Oscars.
Thank you.
Good job again. How far have you gone, or what challenges have you overcome or had to overcome to achieve your dream?
Thank you. I've had to overcome, I think, quite a bit. I wasn't initially going to audition for Moana, and I didn't actually audition. I was rooting for my friends. I know. To think back on it now, it's funny, but at the time it was such a cause of fear for me to audition for something. Just the unknown. It freaked me out. But I mean, when in my freshman year, when I heard about the auditions for Moana and I was watching online, all these amazing women trying out, I was actually rooting for my friends who were auditioning for Moana. Yeah,
wow,
I mean, I was nowhere in the realm of even thinking of auditioning. But as fate would have it, as I got the role, my friends and I auditioned for a nonprofit organization and hoping to become the entertainment. And so we created like a beatboxing session and like singing and acapella and all that cool stuff. We didn't even make it to like the first round of the audition.
Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah, but the woman who's going through those auditions, Rachel Sutton, was also the casting director for Disney.
Oh,
so
cool.
she asked if I wanted to audition for Moana, and even like at that point in time, while I thankfully said yes, it was really scary because, I mean, if my thought at the time was, if this happens to me, this is changing my life. I am a freshman in high school. I don't know what this is going to bring. I know that it's going to be very different. But if I didn't get it, could I handle it? Could I handle like going to an audition and being told no? I don't think anyone really likes to be told no. So it was taking that leap and being okay with that fear and being okay with rejection that I've learned from this. I mean, I'm very thankful that it turned out great, but I mean, it's being okay with being told no and learning from that experience that scared me, but that I've learned. Yeah.
That's a hard thing, especially when being so young, being told no, it just can be so traumatizing, even for adults. And just, but still overcoming that fear to go after your dream. That's so exciting. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
How did you feel? What did you do when you found out that you got the part?
I cried, and then I actually called my mom. My mom had gone to work that day, and I got like a call back, and my mom was like, all right, I have to go to work. Like, life continues. I need to do things. Like, I have like all the other things that need to be done. So she went to work.
Mm-hmm.
My auntie took me to the callback audition, and I was really excited. And they were like, okay, say this happier, say this, da-da-da-da-da. And then they told me that I got the part, and I was like, my mom is not here. She's going to be so upset. Because they had planned the whole thing so that, like, they could tell me on camera that I had gotten the role, and I'm like, oh my god.
But where's my mom?
Exactly. So I called my mom, and I told her that I got the part, and then the tears, of course, flowed again.
Of course.
And then, actually, I had to go back to summer school because I was in a molecular cell biology program. And then after, like, school, then I finally got to run to, like, my mom, and we both cried.
Oh, that's sweet.
Okay.
That's amazing. What a great story. We have some more fan questions.
Yes.
So Kathleen says, you are my 2-year-old Noelle's favorite.
Thank
Movie,
you.
soundtrack, clothes, dolls, etc. She has it all. What is your favorite part in the movie?
Oh, my favorite part of the movie. Well, fun fact first. I haven't found like a Moana outfit yet for myself.
Oh no!
So
Disney, come on, you guys.
if any of you comment like that, hey, I found one for my 2-year-old daughter, but I also found one for me. Like that would be really great to know where you got it from because I don't have one. But the question of what was my favorite part of the movie? My favorite part is at the very end, and it's funny because I don't say much, or Moana doesn't say much at the very end of the film. She comes home, she sails like to her island of Motunui, and basically she saves the world, but it doesn't really end there, where it could have ended, where it's just finally everyone's home, and then boom. It doesn't end there, actually. From there, what first began as just Moana's journey, it becomes everyone's journey. And from what started as only Moana's dream, it branched out to more people, to her family, to the individuals directly around her, and then to everyone else on the island. And they began to wayfind, and it's something so special to me because at one point in time, in real life, wayfinding was almost lost from my Polynesian culture, which is something that's very real. It's something that is really sad, but there is a resurgence. Right now, we have the Hokule'a, which is a voyaging canoe traveling across the world in real life. Yeah,
wow.
And the fact that this film shed light on that and ended with the Polynesian people voyaging once more, it was the perfect kind of ending to a really great story.
Yeah, it all comes full circle for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
That's great. That actually ties into our next question, which is great. So Andy says, Auli'i has inspired me to chase my dreams, and she's younger than me. Any tips on acting or getting out of that shy zone?
Ooh. Believing that you're good enough. That's, for me, that's where it stemmed from. That was like all the what ifs and the maybe I won't do that. It all started with the core of it was not thinking that, 1, anyone would watch me, 2, that I was good enough to be watched, and 3, that that I would even continue. Like if I did this, that I would be shot down immediately. That was all of that, and it all started from not thinking that I was good enough to do what I wanted to do. But it was something that I wanted, and I didn't realize I wanted it so much until it was right in front of me, and then when it was, I realized even if I get a no, it would have been worth it, because if I didn't do it, forgive the pun, I would never know how far I could go. But I mean,
that is a great time. Good for you.
So realizing that you are so much more than you could possibly imagine, and being willing to share your amazing light and your amazingness with the world, like just imagine that you are incredible and that everyone else is dying to see you. That, like, just imagine that, and then just go for it. Just jump.
Yeah, that's so great. That's great advice. And now you take that advice.
Yeah.
Andy. Well, so I can't have you here and not ask you to sing. Do you? I'm sorry. I just have to, and you know you guys want that too. So do you have a favorite song that you'd like to sing or something? Just a little taste of it? No pressure?
Right. Let's see. I don't know. Do we have any like song requests? That's a good question.
Oh yeah, song requests.
Song requests.
Maybe How Far I'll Go, or want to do that?
That's an easy one. Yeah. I know everybody on this island has a role on this island, so maybe I can roll with mine. I can lead with pride, I can make us strong. I'll be satisfied if I play along, but the voice inside sings a different song. What is wrong with me? See the light as it shines on the sea. It's blinding. No one knows how deep it goes. come find me and let me know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go. I know, I switched words around, but...
That's great. Thank you, Auli'i. Yay. I'm so glad everyone out there is clapping too. Our whole office is clapping. Yay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much for doing that. Oh my gosh. Well, so I have a lot of fans have asked this question.
Okay.
How is your personality alike or different from Moana's?
I would say it's pretty similar. I have grown up on an island all my life. Sorry. I've grown up on an island all my life.
That's amazing.
I am very deeply rooted to my culture. I go to an all-Hawaiian school, actually, where the folklore of Maui and how he is a shapeshifter and a demigod, that was like in our curriculum, as well as learning how our ancestors were incredible wayfinders. I grew up in a really small town called Kohala, and I grew up with pigs and chickens. I would like to say that I'm as adventurous as Moana, but I don't think so. I'm not sure I would jump on a canoe and like voyage hundreds of thousands of miles. I would like to think so, but probably not.
You seem very brave to me.
I don't know. I love my family, of course, and I love where I come from as far as my island, and I will always appreciate growing up there. And I think I also share Moana's desire for more and broadening your horizons and just kind of wondering, like that what ifs and that quiet voice inside you and listening to it and being so grateful that I did and that she did. So similarities.
Yeah, a lot actually. So we have one. Sorrentha asks, what's the best tip that your mom ever gave you?
Ooh. Oh, I can't choose just one. Best tip that my mom ever gave me. Best tip? Putting a little bit of salt in water makes it boil faster. What else? I was a fan of just throwing random clothing into the dryer and just drying them all together. I thus learned that no matter how many times apparently you wash towels, there will always be lint that comes off the towels. And
that's so annoying.
Yeah, and jeans too, and that it will get on any nice white shirt that my mom owns.
Uh-oh.
I mean, it was okay. In my defense, it was like a faded blue towel, and I thought that it would belong in like the lights pile, but it was not supposed to be in the lights pile. So anyway, another tip, I learned how to like correctly separate clothing, and that it matters what clothing you throw into the dryer together. What else?
That's a good mom tip.
Yeah, learned that one a little late. What else did I learn? I learned that putting dryer sheets into your suitcase keeps your clothes a little fresher. I've learned that, in fact, wearing socks with your shoes actually is really important in the long run, because just because it smells good like the first few days doesn't mean it smells good like the rest of the week.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
I've learned that it's really important to wash out your bathing suits after you like swimming in a chlorine pool, not just leaving it in the plastic baggie for like God knows how long in your gym bag, because chlorine actually eats away at clothing. Not to throw slightly damp towels into the hamper just because you're done with it, because wetness equals mold. For not only the towel, but other clothing as well.
I feel like we could do a whole Mom.me story on
yeah.
Auli'i's tips.
Yeah. Don't just, then this last one, like actually clean the hair out of the shower. Don't just like throw it against the wall and expect mom to like grab it and throw it away. Or Band-Aids. I used to love sticking Band-Aids just like on the walls of the shower.
That is hilarious. Oh
I learned so much, and I have so much more to learn.
That is amazing. Oh my gosh. That is going to be a story on Mom.me. So if you could use one word to describe Dwayne Johnson and Lin-Manuel Miranda, what would those words be? One word for each of them.
One word for each of them? Lin-Manuel would have to be genius. And for Dwayne Johnson, it'll be a hyphen, I think, for teddy bear.
Aww.
Yeah.
He seems like a teddy bear.
He's a muscly teddy bear. Yeah.
What was it like working with those two?
It was absolutely incredible. I mean, working with a muscly, bald teddy bear was amazing. He's super smart. He's quite honestly larger than life in our film as well as in real life, and he's kind, and he brought me flowers the first time I met him.
Oh, how sweet.
I mean,
we love The Rock.
Right?
We love Dwayne.
Chivalry. He told me that I didn't need to be anyone but myself, which meant a lot coming from someone who came from the same roots as I did, coming from an island and making it to where he is now, and remaining humble and staying grounded. So just learning that, or hearing it, I suppose, again, because I've heard it many times from my mom, but hearing it from him was just solidified that yes, my mom does in fact know what she's talking about.
That's right.
Yeah. Working with Lin-Manuel, of course I performed with him last Sunday, which was incredible.
Amazing. You guys did a fantastic job.
Thank you. He is quite literally a genius. I remember when I first met him, I was like sitting right next to him, and it's like, hi Lin-Manuel, what are you working on? Like, is there anything that you need from me? I'll get you water, and I also just want to like rub up against you and steal your awesomeness. Yeah, he is incredible, and he's kind, and he gives really, really, really good hugs.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a good trait.
It is.
You need that.
That's a make or break kind of trait. If they give good hugs, keep them.
That's good advice. So a couple more questions. Melissa asks, what did you want to be growing up? And and Marina asked, did you grow up admiring a certain Disney princess or character?
I really enjoyed watching Mulan as a kid. That was the one that I like had on repeat because at the time I realized that she was like different from everyone else. Like she like kicked butt, and I realized now that she was breaking gender norms. Like I didn't realize it as a kid, but I realize it now that you can be strong and you can be beautiful and you can love your family unconditionally, and that does not make you weak at all. I think that makes you stronger. So Mulan was my favorite Disney movie growing up, and although I was slightly biased because Moana is now my favorite Disney movie,
like, of course,
Mulan comes at a really close second. And then the other question:
growing up, what did you want to be?
Growing up.
Well, you're still growing up.
I'm still like I said.
When you were smaller.
When I was smaller, I'm 5'3". When I was smaller, I think first I wanted to be a ballerina, so I took ballet, and then I wanted to be a superstar, of which I put on. I directed and produced my own like plays at home, in which my mom was my biggest supporter.
Nice.
I don't remember what they were about. They were probably really bad. But she applauded. I had the best reviews. Thank you very much. And then when I realized that getting into this industry was pretty tough and that I probably wouldn't make it, when I had those thoughts in my head, I was like, all right, well, I'm going to do really good in school, which I'm really grateful that I decided to do. I wanted to become an attorney. And specifically, I wanted to get into a field of microbiology and become an attorney for a specific corporation that focused on microbiology and learning how we could make different things using microbes and different cells, and specifically in the realm of like the ocean and algae and making things grow, and
it all ties together.
It does in a bit. I mean, now my career of singing and acting is a little bit different than microbiology and that kind of bit, but I do I will continue in schooling and continue in getting that solid like education of like law, and I think it's so good to have a solid. Acting will always be my passion, and it's always so much fun, and I love it with all my heart, but at the same time, like, I want to be able to like speak strongly, and just in case I have to sue somebody, like I want to make sure that I can say it with confidence.
Absolutely.
All these things. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, well thank you so much for being here, Auli'i.
Thank you.
It's been so great talking to you, and thank you guys for listening.
You had
your
amazing
comments
questions.
and your questions. Yes, and join us again on Mom.me. We'll see you soon.